Today we are doing a glute session. I have warmed up already and I'm just going to start with the glute bridges, and I will be doing 4 sets of 8 reps. I just need to put the plates on and just warm up accordingly. So basically what I like to do as well, apart from the dynamic stretching, warming up with the dynamic movements, I also do warm-up sets as well. If I do like hip thrusts or glute bridges, lift heavy weight. My first working set will be 105 kilos, so I don't want to go straight to 105, and which would be my first set. I like to do basically, I'll just load 20 on the side, so that will be 60 kilos. I will do 10 reps with that. Then I will do around 80 kilos. I will do maybe 5 reps with that. And then I will load 100 and I will do, let's say, 3 reps with that. This is nothing that you want to lift hard or anything like that. It's just a warming up set, so it should be light. It just you will just get your muscles and joints used to that weight before you will jump to the 100 and more kilograms. I like to use also for my squats and my deadlifts as well. Anytime I lift heavier and in the lower rep ranges, it's important to do in order to warm up again to get your muscles and joints ready for lifting the weight. Okay, so the warm-up is done. I will start with the first set. I'm doing 4 sets in total, and the starting weight is 105 kilos, and I will increase 5 kilos every set. Therefore, I will be finishing with 120 kilos. It will be fun. Okay, let's go. It's actually 30 degrees outside, so I have my little fan. I bought it because I had it back in London. Yeah, it's quite useful actually, because I'm just hot. Anyways, I have one more set to finish. I did 3 sets, now I did 115, and I have one more of 120 kilos. If you're wondering why I'm not going as low, it's because this is a glute bridge. Glute bridge is just a different variation, it's a bit more glute focused movement, you don't go as low. The range of motion is lower, and so you are engaging less of your legs. The glutes are working in this movement and in hip thrust in a shortened position, and so at the top. They are working the hardest at the top. So if you go lower, you don't actually get that much. Of course, I'm not saying you should be doing only calves glute bridges. I don't like to say anything like that. I prefer to get literally strong on all the variations. So if you're doing hip thrusts, if you're doing calves glute bridges, if you're doing glute bridges from off the floor, or then plus you have so many different variations of these movements, like one quarter, adding the poses and stuff like that. Always, I said, there is nothing like the best one. Always get strong on every single one of them. That's the best way to get the optimal results in building muscle and the glutes as well. Last set, and then we are moving on to the walking lunges. So the next exercise is the walking lunges. I'm doing 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. It's just really crazy to do them here outdoors where it's very, very hot. I would do them inside where there's the air conditioning, but there's no space to do the walking lunges very much, so I need to cope with this. I'm going to get some water and I'm going to start with the lunges. Let's go. One more set left. I'm dying. 31 degrees. Last set I'm doing 8 reps of 15 kilo dumbbells, so together it's 30 kilos. So it is not too heavy. I'm not trying to go crazy heavy. That the point is I'm going through the whole range of motion. Glutes are working the hardest at the bottom, and so in the stretch position, so I need to make sure that I'm going low enough. If you're doing only half reps and you are trying to target your glutes, you will not get that much of them. But always make sure that you are going all the way down. The worst part is done, so calves bridges and the walking lunges. Now I can go inside and continue with the machine. So I'm going to next do the glute focus hip extensions, or the back extensions if you want to call it that way. And I will also do some leg curls and leg extensions, and finishing with the calves. Because my calves are non-existent, I never trained them, so I'm just trying to get them, just put them into work a little bit to create more of the balanced look for my legs. Because I have some quad, I have some hamstrings, glutes of course, and then my shins, because they are so long, they look just so funny. So I'm just trying to work the calves as well, which I don't usually program for my clients, but I do them myself. So the last superset I'm doing is leg curl, seated leg curl into the seated leg extension. You might notice sometimes in some of the gym, if you think that some of your gym do not have the lying leg curl, you might have this one. So this is the seated leg curl and is an alternative to the lying leg curl, which are a bit more common to have in the gym. So this machine seems like it's like leg extension, but you can set it both ways actually. So you can do leg extension and you can do the leg curl. For the leg curl, basically what you will do basically is that you place your feet up here. Also make sure that this is high enough, as this is set high enough, so you don't want to start somewhere in the mid-range, you want to go through the full range of motion. So you can, so actually you want to stretch at the top properly, but you don't want to go completely that you'll be locking your knees. So you always need to secure this thing. Okay, again, as you feel comfortable, as it's secure, but at the same time you don't want to push it completely down towards your legs. And what I like to do as well, is to lean forward and just grab on the side where the handles are here. I feel more comfortable, and this will allow more stretch in your hamstrings. Okay, so because I'm pushing down, I actually train my hamstring as the back part of my legs. Okay, so now I contract, shorten the muscle, and now I stretch at the top. Again, push down. And also make sure that you engage your breathing. Every time you're lowering the weight, you breathe in and then you breathe out as you push. Okay, and now I will do the opposite, so this can go up, we don't need this anymore. And in order to train the legs on this one, you know this exercise already, so I'll go all the way down. Again, don't start too high because you need that stretch at the bottom, so go as low as you can with the pad, even though it can seem a bit uncomfortable, but once you start the movement, it's completely fine. And I will go a little bit lower. I will have 12 reps with 1 second pause at the top. And now abs tight. Now swinging, now pushing the weight. Contract your legs. Okay, so this is working now. Breathe in, up, and out. And also I need to reset this one. It's a bit high for me. So bring it a bit closer. Okay, it should be above your shoelaces, just as you feel comfortable. Not too low, not too high. That's free. Breathe in. Okay, again at the bottom you're lengthening the muscle, it stretches, and now as you contract, shorten, don't go too high because it can hurt your knees. And again engaging with the breathing, lowering breathing, and now push, breathe out. 2 more, 11 and 12. You might notice I'm using just 15 kilos. It's just the first set, I have 4 sets, but the important thing is that I'm not using very heavy weight, not because I'm weak, it's because I want to actually engage the muscle, work the muscle. You can see so many people, I would say 90% of the people loaded like half stack, and then they stood, you know. You don't want to do that. You don't actually even engage the muscle. As you can see, I do that nice pause at the top when my quads are working the hardest, and I'm really engaging those quads rather than just to be pushing the way up, using that momentum, and they are not engaging that much. Even though you're training legs, which are supposed to be strong, still is an isolation movement. You are not supposed to be lifting the full stack, especially girls. You know, start with a lighter weight, make sure that the tempo, the form is correct, and as long as you feel fine, then you can start increasing the weight gradually to get stronger and to grow that muscle. And lastly, the calf raises. We've made it to the end of the workout almost. So I'm doing the calves because it's very needed. Again, I don't go too heavy. I'm doing just 12 reps and with the 1 second hold, very, very slow and controlled. Again, you don't want to go fast and jump around. You want to do slow and really focusing on that stretch and that shortened position as well. So I just get like 2.5 kilo plates. Okay, that's the first set. That again, I will be increasing each set. Okay. Nice stretch at the bottom. And now contract. I'm still keeping the knees relaxed, not locking them completely. 3. So as you can see, full range of motion and nice and controlled movement. 4. And 12. Perfect. So what you do not want to do is what you see again, this. You know? Then you have people who are saying the calves, you have to have genetics and blah blah. No, it's just the muscle. It's the muscle as any other. Of course, you can have a greater predisposition to grow them. And a lot of people as well were are doing sports since they've been kids, let's say the runners, athletes, whatever. And so of course, the calves are much stronger. So once they reach it to the gym, they don't even have to train them so much, and they just do have big calves. Compared to someone like me, first of all, I am very tall, very skinny, and I have never run. I never wear the heels like other girls. From the heels, you're getting the calves as well. I just never got that stimulus in order to grow them, that they would grow actually. So I need to do that at the gym. So as I've mentioned, if you do that kind of form, of course it's hard for you to grow because you do not get the tension in those calves. If you do just this all the time, then of course you will not grow them. Maybe you will see a little bit of difference, but if you try to really do this form, not too heavy, because if you go heavy, remember that you are using your whole body weight as well. So start with the very light weight, or maybe just the body weight, and try to really get that movement stretch and then going all the way up. Basically your calves serve in order to, stand on your toes. So that's the basically the same movement. So just always make sure that you are doing this kind of tempo, very, very slow movements. And also I would recommend something around 12-15 reps as well, not going 6 or 8 reps. There's no point. Again, it's an isolation movement. So yes, the calves are possible to grow and you can get great results. You just need to train them correctly, just as any other muscle. Okay, I will finish 2 more sets, and after that I'm going to do some walking on the treadmill, as I cannot actually walk in Bali. It's impossible, so it's very dangerous because the roads and the pavement are just not walkable. So I always do my steps after the workout, and I just can't wait for my protein waffles as well. So let's get